I'd like to call upon Jane's higher self, please.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much. Are you able to do a body scan for Jane while we're doing this session and be able to help her body be in peace and harmony?
Yes, I can do that.
We know that we love Jane very much, and we would like to be able to give her this opportunity for a spa treatment while she is relaxing into this session. Are you able to assist her with this today?
Most certainly.
She deserves the best.
Yes, she does.
Wonderful. Okay, we have some questions if you don't mind us asking you for some clarification and this wisdom and knowledge.
Oh, yes. That's why I'm here.
Thank you so much. We were curious about this timeline and what it means and will be experiencing an experience for Jane. What are the differences from this timeline to the other timeline we were aware of?
Well, she's already noted um, a big increase in lightness. She's feeling an increase in her connection to her greater self, and she's feeling an expansion and greater joy and surrender into her daily experience. So she's very, it's almost as if she has one foot or more than one foot actually. She's feels like she's straddling um, new earth and old earth at this time. Although she is mostly still 3D. We can't have her shift too soon, but she's very, very ready to go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That is fantastic confirmation for us. So we really appreciate that. We were curious about her experiencing no phone and no power. What would you like us to know?
Yes, at this moment in time, it appears that there will be a short period of being without power and communication. And she has begun preparations to um, make better preparation for that experience. And it won't be too uncomfortable. Um, and we will assist her with Michael's mother, um, and bring in some additional assistance so they won't feel so um, all alone in that care taking. We can assist in some other preparations that will make the experience easier for all involved.
Well, we really appreciate that. So thank you so much. We were also curious about the impact of the book with this new timeline, what, if any, impacts will take place with people who are reading and have the book?
It's a very worthwhile read, and one that is highly recommended to any and all who have yet to read it. There will always be shifting details that one will experience in the 3D. Our hope and intent is to increase one's awareness to focus higher on, on higher emotions. One can be assisted far greatly by putting out an intention to experience and to be open, to be more connected to one's higher self, one's teams, to source, and to raise themselves up with more self-love, more compassion, more grace, more ease, more focus, more all these qualities that one really wants to experience. And it can be yours in all experience if one, it's matter of training, matter of like exercising a muscle. One can override so much of the density here in this experience, and the inconveniences of like being without power, being being uncomfortable in the body. All that can be softened and can be made less uncomfortable when one's mind is focused on higher emotions. The body will respond to one's thoughts and to one's larger and greater intent. There is no need to be so afraid or in dread of these discomforts. When you can embrace what is and seek more, seek a higher perspective, it will change your experience
Fantastic.
and bring all closer to the shift. It is really focusing on the things that make you happy. Focus on your connection to one another. Focus on the little things that give you joy, that you find beauty in, that you find peace with. It's you must be firm with yourself. And it is training. And it seems like we are late to the party here with this message, but it is, you must release those things that don't serve you, but you can greatly move forward when you train yourself to focus on the things that make you feel better, actually choose to feel better, choose to have a higher perspective, choose to move forward, choose to be more loving, choose to be kinder, choose to be more giving, choose to love. Open your hearts and feel the softness in that. Feel the connection in that. Feel the unity in that. And allow that to support you. And it will. It will. Focus less on what activities are going on around you. Focus on what you want. Do you want to shift? Do you truly want to shift? Do you truly want to feel better? Do you truly want to feel more joy? Then allow it to be. Make it happen. And you do this with your attention. You do this with your intent. And you do this with your focus. And you do this with your boundaries. You do this with all of your being. You align your heart with your mind and you call it forward and accept no less.
I love this so much. May we hope that all are able to accept that these choices are the best ones moving forward.
Yes, and they are, and they will assist you more than you can fathom. It, we are so close. We are so close. And we said this on the last timeline that, and we were within days. And if more of you will focus on the actual movement forward and less on what's going to happen tomorrow or what government is going to do what, take your eyes off and away from the movie. Focus internally. That is your power. And it's actually very simple, and everyone can do it. The question is, how much do you want it?
So true. Thank you so much. Um, so I think because we're such curious beings, helping us understand things from your perspective, higher self, is always very helpful so we can be rest assured of the purposes for things. So a question that we did have was about potentially having food shortages. Is this seen in this current timeline? Do we need to worry about it? What would you like us to know?
It will be the experience of those who feel the need to be a victim and who feel to be in lack. And anyone who feels empowered and feels abundant will not experience that. It's choice.
It's great motivation to choose the right choices of approaches and perspectives.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We were also curious about the technology of 5G. Can we ask, if this technology of 5G does it harm physically our bodies?
We will not allow it to harm you. For again, it we have life, or you have life contracts, and we support your life contracts, but it is not going to harm you unless you are in victim mode and um, create some scenario. um, you're powerful creators. You do not need to fear anything.
Thank you very much. And we've always heard that in sessions, but I know that some people just want to make sure in this new timeline that there is no new surprises.
No, it is pretty basic. You always get to choose, and you line up again with mentally and with the emotionally, and yourself you draw the experience to yourself. So watch what you're thinking about, and if you are aware of being fearful of anything, invite that fear into your circle and sit with it and open yourself to a conversation. And keep talking until you can bring yourself into acceptance and allowance with this fear, and share intent to be at peace with this fear. Dissolve the fear. You may send the fear, whatever it is, on its way with a kiss and for its next best adventure. You don't need to keep anything near you that you don't choose to experience. Take advantage of this time that you have remaining and make a list. Take inventory of what is in your field that you are fearful of, or anything that you have a strong negative emotion with. And do this exercise. Have conversations with all of it, with the intention, bringing it to release, bringing it to resolution, and bringing it all essentially to love.
Thank you so much. I always find that people who have a negative approach or attitude to something, they are more than happy to complain about it rather than doing anything about it, to see it for a good positive learning lesson and experience. So I would think that people would really appreciate having that approach to learn those choices, to help them release that and move on.
These are powerful exercises, one that will propel one forward very quickly, um, if one chooses to do so.
Mm. For those people that still want to hold on to the drama and the negativity of certain situations in their lives, um, is it because they're getting a payoff or attention for it? What's going on there for them?
there's a payoff for it on some level. Very hard, very hard to see um, any real benefit. It's a habit. It's a very old habit, and it's a lack of self-love. It's a lack of self-empowerment. It's a lack of vision of doing any better. Spiritual laziness. It's really very simple. One makes a choice to feel better, and you can have conversation with yourself about that. Do I want to feel better than I feel right now? And if so, how can I do that? How can I achieve that? And I don't really mean, then feeding yourself with something um, that you love. It's not about um, that. I'm talking about how do you release yourself of these heavy emotions and these negative thoughts that keep you trapped. Um, how do you find the key to your jail cell? It's in your hand right now. You have to actually insert the key into the lock, and you have it all in your possession right now. Everything begins internally with you saying, yes, I'm ready to move forward. And you connect with us, you connect with your teams, and we will do everything in our power to show you the next step. But you have to put forth the effort.
We were
You
speaking.
are doing this journey. We are assisting where we are, but you are the ones having the journey.
Thank you. And we were talking earlier about the power of love. And Jane was saying that when she was experiencing the sound healing with the fire element, that she got lots of downloads about the power of love. It feels like you've just given us such great wisdom about using love and setting great intentions for ourselves. But what else would you like us to know about using the power of love?
It is the greatest tool that you have. There is no comparison to love. It is not a sweet little sentiment. It is, there's nothing more powerful. Love in this dimension is necessary. It unifies. It's like a glue. It keeps everything together. There's so many ways to discuss love, and it will draw in its gluey form. It will draw to you everything you need that will support you, that will unify you, that will bring you back to who you truly are. That original blueprint, that original thought that gave birth to you. It's all found in love. There is no greater power. Use it. Find out about it. question your teams about it. I mean, just seek it out, open yourself to it. It there is no greater force, no greater power. It it just, oh gosh.
So
You suffered so long. You suffered so long by separating yourself from it, by being afraid of it. Wrap it around you, infuse it within you, become one with it. And your life will change so quickly. And life will change everywhere so quickly. And you will shift very quickly.
so approaching everything with love and compassion is going to be a pretty powerful tool moving forward.
It is the only tool worthwhile. Truly.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And for those people who are still holding on to hurts from others, who refuse to love the people that have hurt them, isn't that just still holding on to the drama of that dialogue and those lessons and experiences?
Absolutely. Again, it goes back to choice. Um, if they're holding on, there's some belief that they're not deserving, that's they're it's so hard to fathom. It's somehow they're not wanting anything better. It's very difficult to understand from my perspective. It's really, really puzzling. Very puzzling to watch humans be so disconnected and so entrenched in this negative um, pattern. I mean, it just makes no sense to anyone looking on from a higher perspective. Why would one choose to be in misery? Why would one choose to feel so disconnected and alone when you don't have to? We're right here. And as soon as you reach out, it can all change. It all comes to you very quickly. You really just have to allow it. You ask and you allow. And if you will expect it, it will arrive very quickly. And it's very magical. Can be. And it can be miraculous even. But one has to participate in the process. You call it forth and you surrender to it. But you can't surrender and still be holding a critical, negative viewpoint at the same time. You have to clean up your inner being. You have to clean up your house, essentially, your house, your room, however you want to phrase it. But you have to cleanse this 3D mindset get ready to move to the fifth mindset. And there's so many mindsets beyond that. It can only get better. Don't you want it to be better? And if so, then go for it.
Thank you so much. When we reflect back at this time now, moving forward, when we are on the new earth and we reflect back from now until the shift, what are the things that we're going to be noticing and experiencing?
Okay, I'm trying to understand your question from the new earth perspective.
When we arrive on new earth and we look at this extra bonus time that we've been given, what would you like to
Mm.
know about how it all needs to unfold in terms of not the details, but more like, will we get clarity of why we have to experience what needs to unfold and see it from the bigger perspective as we're here now? I feel like a lot of people are confused why we still have to experience exit points from inoculations, for example.
Oh, certainly. Um, yes, these are really gifts. If one will make use of the exercises um, of going within and cleaning your inner house of these fears and these negative emotions and negative concerns, it will make your experience very different. You don't have to have all these horrors of of what's been described in terms of lack of food or people will but again, people will pass away. They will die, if you will, of various causes, as they always have. But coming from that higher perspective, these are bonus days, and you can achieve so much while you are here uh, and grow your soul so much more through these experiences. All the while remembering this is temporary. This is very, very temporary. Give up your identities to these dramas, essentially. Don't hold these experiences so closely. See that each loved one is this greater being choosing their own experiences, because each one does. And each one has their own gifts and their own beauty and their own reasons for being here. Don't hold it so closely. It is like we're looking at it from the bottom up. It doesn't have to be such a harsh experience. It can actually be quite liberating and invigorating. And I'm sure many, many, if not most of you, have endured very difficult experiences in your lives and have been quite amazed in looking back at how well you did. Not to say that the experiences that you are yet to have will be as potentially negative. Very well may not. This may not be anything as bad as you think, should you take the time to go within and make new choices and create new perspectives. And you can change your script here at any time. It will take hard work, and it will take extreme focus, but yet you can do it. Empower yourself. You can do it. You can do anything within the rules of 3D, but you really can allow yourself to be powerful.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It is great wisdom. And I know that there are so many people that are so confused because they've listened to light workers who have installed fear from them in them about very scary events that are just fear-based narratives, which must confuse people who are trying to start their journey on their spiritual evolution.
Well, one does not need to listen to fear-based information. And that would be my first recommendation would be, does this support me? Is this loving? Does it feel good to my being? Then I would move forward with it. If it's fearful, take that fear into your circle again and have a conversation. Find out why it's fearful. And it could be that after conversing with it, you find it's not so fearful at all, but simply another experience, one in which you can grow from. People are afraid of different things. And one needs to have clarity within oneself. But just be very particular in the information you allow within. It should pass many tests before you actually embrace it. And I would just strongly recommend that you test drive, if you will, like you would a car. You can spend time with it, but if it doesn't feel like it's uplifting you in any way, then why spend any more attention there? Just just drop it, move on. You can ask, if you will ask your spiritual team to support you and guide you, you will get just that. You will be brought the information that will support you, because we each have different needs, and we are on as humans, I'm speaking to the human collective, everyone has different requirements to fulfill one's contracts, and you are driving your car, so to speak, and you need to pay attention to what you allow to ride with you.
Absolutely. Great. I love that. Thank you so much. We were also curious if we could connect in with Chiron today, please. Both Jane and myself felt like he had a message, and we were wondering if he could come in and have a conversation.
Yes. Yes, he's here.
Thank you so much. Chiron, what is the message that you have? Why is it that you have pushed and poked and prodded Jane and myself? What would you like us to know?
Well, we are family here, and it's time. It's time to move forward. We've had plenty of bonus days, and the time is running out. And I want to give the message that it is time. Once again, the message is it is time, even though there is no time. It's time to come together. It is time to unify. It is time to leave this old earth and move on to your next destination. It's we're wrapping it up here. It's Gaia. Gaia needs to move along, and you all need to move along with her. And connect more with your higher selves. Connect more. It's being a pull. We're being pulled upwards. We're being pulled outwards.
I'm very
We're
curious.
being pulled. We're
Sorry for the interruption. I'm very curious about um, your opinion of the person called Lee Chiron, who has been channeling you for decades. What would you like us to know about the information he is sharing at the moment?
he allows little through his filter. We are able to get little through his filter. There's this vehicle is feels as if she's dissolving with this with the Chiron energy. It's having a hard time using words.
Was this part of the spa treatment that she had asked for?
Yes, she's one of our own. As are you, Joe.
Sorry, sorry, are you able to repeat that?
Jane is one of our own, and you are as well, Joe.
Yes. Yes, thank you. I have been well aware, and I think this is why I am sensitive to, I want to just say almost now, con artistry of people using the Chiron name, who are limited and blocked with the information that we're getting so frequently in sessions, and then using it as entertainment. And I think the last time I heard, it was going to be an event that was going to cost nearly $200 to attend, to be given information from Chiron, when in fact very little information has been shared publicly. It does bother me, but I trust that the people that are attending this will need these stepping stones, or this belief system that this channeler is of integrity.
They get what they need. They, Jane is experiencing a great expansion. She feels she's like the night sky. And more is this pulling, a pulling.
Okay, well, thanks. She won't want to come back now.
There's a pulling. It's purposeful. Not translatable.
Okay, well, we're happy for her, slightly jealous, but happy for her.
You can experience it too. Ask if people will ask their teams for Chiron effect. It pulls this density apart, allows you to expand more, because we've condensed so greatly to come into these human vessels. We're so condensed and compacted, and you forget how expansive and vast you are.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I know exactly where she's at dimensional wise now. That's exciting for her. I'm so happy. Okay, so yes, we will make choices to use the Chiron effect when we want to connect in and be more expansive. And is this just a temporary experience for Jane, or is she now even more so upgraded and expanded, and this will change her perception on life even more so than she already has mastered?
This will greatly assist her experience in moving forward. She can carry that many more. She carries a lot, a vast number indeed.
Fantastic. And so this is the opportunity and experience that obviously you wanted for her, Chiron, because we both got a big push to connect in with you. So really appreciative for you to be able to help and give us this tool and this experience for Jane. I am curious to know about her daughter. Is she a second wave volunteer?
No, no, no. She is a volunteer of sorts, but not in that framework. She's a highly advanced being. As her mother called her in during conception, and she came. She would be more third wave, but not second, and truly not really third either. She's kind of in her own category, as we label here.
Thank you so much. And will she be shifting and going to the new earth the same time that Jane is?
Yes.
Happy days. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there any final messages that you have for us, Chiron, before we ask you to recede?
Seek greater connection with your source. Align with who you truly are. Support yourselves with truth. You are greater than you know.
Thank you so much. That is very motivational to many to be able to accept that and to seek that wisdom, knowing that they have all the answers within themselves when they take the time to stop what they're doing and focus with what is going on for them in their minds rather than seeking outside attention or approval or advice or information.
Yes. Turn it off. Turn it all off.
I guess when people have power cuts, they'll get that opportunity to do that.
Indeed, they shall.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So we'll ask Chiron to recede to where he belongs so we can get Jane's higher self back in to have a conversation with us.
Yes, I am here.
Thank you so much for helping assist with that connection today. I really appreciated it. I am curious to learn a little bit more about the last time Jane got sick. She said it was like having a sore throat and a cold, and it was before the lockdowns. So, some time ago, she said that she had 3 days of almost this cosmic out of body experience. Uh, and that was the last time she got sick. So, tell us what happened there so we can understand that for her.
That was her upgrade. It was 2 weeks before the lockdown, and we were preparing her. And she knew that life would never be the same. And she was feeling the relief that she had finally arrived in that moment of what she had been waiting for her entire life.
Well, that
It,
makes so much clarity.
it was. It was her knowing that the time had arrived of the work that she had waited so long to do was at hand.
That's pretty inspiring. Thank you for letting us know that. I mean, we know that Jane has been very much aware of uh, the shift and the significance of why we must shift off Gaia at this point as she is preparing herself to reincarnate into another vessel. What other information would you like to share with Jane that you know she needs to understand and learn and hear about today?
Jane is good to go. Jane gets what she needs as she needs it. She will need a short amount of time to integrate this expansion that she's currently feeling. She's she's still among the stars. And sees each one in the sky with her. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight. And she wants everyone to experience it, to be here now, to be there now. to be everywhere at once with her.
Yes, I can imagine she's so loving to all. She would always want everyone to experience profound harmony and joy. So I'm so glad that she gets to experience this today. And we really appreciate all the information you've provided for us. Um, is there a final message that you would like to share with us?
Yes. Yes. Choose joy. Choose freedom. Choose love, and you will have it. It is worthwhile. Just choose it.
Done. I will choose it. So thank you for all the information you've provided for us today. I just adore this.